Hey everyone, Hannah again. Today I'm going to do a quick video including a quick tip on moderation. So though you're on a health and fitness journey and you're going to want to eat really clean and be really well behaved and maybe make better choices at parties or when you go out to eat, events, things like that, at the end of the day we are human, and I want you guys to be able to make smart choices and not feel badly about that. But at the same time, if you're confronted with a food you really want or you're having a strong craving, sometimes it's better to have a little bit of that thing than try to avoid it altogether and find alternatives that you are not going to enjoy as much, and that will probably not cut that craving. So what I have found, I have this little funny saying, you don't want to eat around the bush. So people, they're beating around the bush, they're trying to avoid a topic or situation. I don't want you eating around the bush, which means you want a small scoop of ice cream because you and your family are out on a hot summer day, and instead you're going to go home and you're going to have fruit, and then you're going to have yogurt, and then you might put granola on that yogurt, and then you're like, well, maybe if I add a couple chocolate chips it'll stop the craving, and then you're like, well, that didn't do it, so I'm going to have some snacks, or then I'm going to move on to almonds or whatever it is. Trying to eat all these healthy things instead of having that one scoop of ice cream with your family, you probably would have been better off having that ice cream. Same thing when you're out to eat. You really want that wrap, but you know you should probably have the steamed veggies and grilled chicken, but then at the end you're still hungry and you order a big fat dessert, or you have extra bread with butter because you're trying to avoid the little bit of a wrap. Eat the wrap. Same thing, I know some people have issues or really love french fries. I'm not a salty girl, I'm a sweet girl, so you put a sweet in front of me and I'm going to have a bite just to get it over with. But you want those french fries, have 3 or 4, maybe not the whole plate, but that first few bites are enough to cut the craving, and then move on to that healthy food. So please, please, please don't punish yourself. You do want to make good choices. You do want to avoid as many of those situations as you can, especially for the purposes of this group. You will learn to love other healthy alternatives versus always having to go for the french fries or the ice cream or whatever the food that you really enjoy is. But as you're retraining your body and your taste buds, those things are going to become less appealing. So just remember that when you're facing something that you really want and you're like, what else can I eat? And I get those tormenting cravings where your mouth is watering and that's all you can think about. Have a little bit of it and pick up tomorrow with a better choice, versus trying to eat 15 other things just to make the craving go away. It's not going to work, and at the end of the day you're going to eat 2 or 3 times as many calories and grams of sugar and all that kind of stuff when you could have just had that little bit and avoided the whole thing. So that's my real life tip for you all. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And if you have a particular craving that you're really battling and you do want an alternative for that, let us know and we're happy to give you some tips or maybe some recipes or advice. Bye.